Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Week 5 of CLoL. This time, UNC Varsity will be facing off against Longhorn Gaming. I am Ryan McDad, joined today by the Bodkill. What are you looking forward today?
Looking forward to a quick series so I can go eat.
Oh, aren't we all? We've seen a lot of quick series from UNC. Believe that every match except for the one against NC State has been a 2-0. So, if if old measurements ring true, this will be another 2-0 today, but we are heading straight into the draft with a ban of
Wait,
Evelyn.
whose name is Kitty Baby OO?
For those of you checking in, including my co-commentator, Kitty
Yo,
Baby
there's
Oo
no
is
way
Rami.
That's Rami?
That's Rami. He and Bobby made a bet on the NC State game that whoever won would get to choose the loser's name. And one of the NC State jungler is Kitty Baby Uwu.
Oh.
So Bobby
oh,
Bobby made Rami the inverse. He's now Kitty Baby Owo
Ah.
for the rest of the season.
Alright, seeing the first pick, Annie. Where are they playing on current patch?
This is current patch, yeah.
Okay, so Annie just got nerfed, base health, still a strong champ, can be flexed mid and support. And yeah, I mean, probably not top. But yeah, it's a good flex pick. Has good lockdown, good setup, can be played utility or carry.
Yeah, it can kind of just go everywhere, do everything, but the Karma Ezreal pick, that does thematically at least counter the Annie because you're able to chip away when she doesn't have that shield up, but when she does, that could end up being a lot of return damage in the late game as her AP starts to scale up.
Jin. Yeah, it's looking at Jin utility ADC. Don't know the ball lane matchup that much. I honestly don't think it's that good into Ezreal Karma, personally.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just maybe something comfort. We also see now Jace being locked in here, which is another one of those double flexes between top and mid. We've seen both Rami and Kersey play this. If I had to guess, I think that Annie Jin is going to be the completed bot lane. I think that they're probably going to stick that way, which probably just means kind of a sad early game for the UNC
Also,
bot lane.
interesting to note, there's 3 ADC bans on the red side. Yeah, wow.
Three
Not
ADC
not a not a
bans.
broken rule, guys, for sure.
No, but if you've been watching our team, then you know this is also 3 support bans. So
Interesting Vladimir pickup. If it's drafted now, I imagine it's a flex pick. Scaling champ does not offer a lot of CC, but it is scaling and it is a lot of flex picks coming out. Both teams want to keep their options flexible. Interesting enough, no junglers have been picked yet.
and there are still a lot of those high CC junglers available. I know that Maokai has taken a handful of hits in the past patches, but since he's still available, that could be a jungler that Longhorn Gaming's looking to pick up to try to get some lockdown so that Vladimir and Ezreal can kite around the fights.
I'd like to see a Sejuani pick or something here. I think Sejuani is pretty good here. Okay, what? What is
looks like
that?
That's Talon.
Oh my god.
Alright, so this is the no CC composition coming out from Longhorn Gaming then.
These are some serious solo queue champs. They're really praying to just kind of skill gap their opponents here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of...
Oh, there's
lots
the
of- there's
Sejuani. Yeah, Sejuani, super good.
Already has Jace, so that's half of a melee champion right
Okay,
there.
I mean, yeah.
So, getting those Sedge stacks ticked up, and we'll see what we're assuming to be the top laner here. But also, there could be a lot of flexing still. That Jace
Yeah, I
gives a lot
don't-
of variability.
They don't really know. Okay. Where's the ASOL, man? The champ's broken. If you can get past early game.
Yeah, no dragon in this first game for the side of UNC Esports. Longhorn could pick it up, I guess. I mean, I don't know how that goes with the rest of their comp. I wouldn't be too confident
Okay,
with it.
so it is Talon jungle. It's looking like Vladimir mid, and whatever they pick into Interesting enough, UNC still can flex between Jace and Gragas mid and top based on what they prefer the matchups to be. It's looking like we're seeing Gragas top.
I think that's certainly the norm, especially for our team where Rami's used to just kind of picking Gragas at this point. He's been a Bomba enjoyer all season so far, and he's able to just neutralize those lanes pretty confidently. So I guess UNC is looking to focus on that mid and bottom lane, but um, the tank jungler and the two kind of supportive bot laners doesn't exactly scream early kill to me.
Jin and Annie have pretty good setup. Um, I feel like Sedge honestly has to, because I feel like Jin is more like a utility. So I feel like Sedge will probably play more towards mid, and maybe top. Maybe top goes AP this game. You never know.
I'm wondering, I guess Longhorn Gaming entered the lobby way out of order? Because surely we're not seeing Vladimir Jungler and Camille
Oh
support.
yeah, Vladimir Jungle. Yeah, can't say that's a known pick.
Yeah, I can't say that I've seen that since the first week of this preseason where every champion could just jungle for a while because the pets just killed everything. Um, so I'm just going to assume that everything's mixed up there. It's probably Vladimir mid, Talon jungle, and Camille top lane. But for right now, I think that we're going to sit through this spectator delay. We're going to jump right into a break, but don't click off that browser. We'll be right back with week 5 of CLoL. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to week 5 of CLoL as UNC Varsity on the blue side is ready to face off against UT Premier on the red side. We've already been through the draft, and we're seeing a bit of low damage coming out from the UNC side. How do you think that will affect us if this game goes long?
Um, Fortunately for them, red side does not seem to be very tanky, so hopefully it will not be a big problem. But both soul laners for red side, starting Dorn Shield.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of just gonna accept that they're in for the long haul and try to make the game go into that big long banger type of game that I was saying our last opponents needed to try to push for. Not really ego picking.
Kersey's already tilted.
Yeah, that was a big chunk from the mantra Q.
He has Cole, first strike. He's looking to scale.
He'll heal back.
He'll probably be the biggest damage source from the UNC side.
I don't think that UT Austin really has an answer to that poke. So if UNC in the late game is able to set up for an objective first, like walking into into UNC's champs just sounds miserable. And fighting a war of attrition, you have the Ezreal poke, so there's like something that you can do there, but
it's hard for
other
Ezreal.
champs are really sad.
It's pretty hard for Ezreal to play this game.
But we are heading off into the game, early trading. Both junglers are pathing towards the bot side. Something that we haven't really seen this season is the resurgence of a Talon jungle pick. So this is probably something of comfort, but this means that UNC needs to be wary of those interesting jungle pathings that come with the ability to ignore every wall in the game.
Yeah, please add a mana cost to Talon Z.
It needs something, right? Like a man.
Well, granted, we haven't seen it in pro play, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that the times where Talon is taking over is just so annoying.
Oh,
UNC getting that early advantage in the bot lane. Jamie Coy able to land that first stun, and Cypress able to chain it into a root. This is going to be a big chance for UNC as Talon is now hunting in the bot lane. Not going to come to anything because of that early pressure. UNC's bot lane was able to get that ward in the bush, so they sniffed out the Talon gank.
Yeah, well played, and that was a good chunk by Jimmy in the trade there. Ezreal just walks up to Annie in the bush, not keeping proper track, but now UNC's bot lane has a pretty hefty laning advantage. Yeah, looks great.
Kitty baby Owo chewing through that mana as we've seen Gragas do, but as of right now, he's sustaining himself in this lane. Hasn't been anything happening yet. Camille doesn't have Sheen, so Cho'Gath Q is not online yet. And it's just Camille is able to get that first back as Pulse is going to go ahead, shove in the wave, get the reset. And now more trading in the bot lane. Root comes out, stun is chained into it. Not going to look for more. Flash and heal forced for the side of UT Austin.
Whoa, the Ezreal going backwards. But yeah, it looks great. It's looking like they're trying to set up a dive here, possibly. Their bot lane does have no heal, and they have good setup with the Annie, so I think they'll definitely look here.
Is anything going to be able to stop this back?
They sniffed it out, but
they sniffed it out. Karma's going to stop her own back as Kersey now trading in the mid lane. And UT Austin's bot lane is now forced to walk all the way back. This is going to be even more pressure for this UNC bot side.
Yeah, that's big. They're denying a lot.
They walk back to lane. This is going to be a dive opportunity.
He's dead.
Yeah. Oh, Steepy not even needed. Able to focus on the Karma all on his own. Mantra W going to heal up that Karma just enough to live, but now the UNC bot side is forced to look for this redive. Annie going to tank. Steepy just going to do those two sad, slow little Sejuani autos. And that's going to be a well-played dive for UNC Varsity going 2-0 before Talon's even able to get back.
Yeah, super well played. Pretty bad decision by the Ezreal and Karma to stay there. They didn't have heal, didn't have jungle there. And they saw the sedge earlier but refused to back off, and now they lose even more.
Yeah, they didn't have anything. I think that in that situation, you're forced to just accept the loss
Yeah.
and go ahead and return to base, come back with whatever advantage you have, and try to salvage the situation from then. I mean, you lose the plate, but you get to keep the 700 gold from those 2 kills, and now UNC Varsity able to maybe start up the snowballing efforts.
Yeah, great pressure and gank from Steepy there. Now we see a pretty big item advantage in the bot lane, and Steepy also got a kill for his troubles.
Getting that kill, allowing him to finish off those boots already and pick up the extra control ward to help his team out with the vision. As now UT Austin is moving through the mid lane, this is going to be a collapse onto Kersey. Is he able to survive, able to get the knockaway, and Karma's just not there yet. Eing forward, but this isn't going to turn into anything. That's going to be just giving up the bot wave pressure in order to throw out 1Q at Jace. It's not a trade that I would have accepted.
Yeah. They keep trying stuff. It's just, not really working. They're like getting a bit of poke off, but
Yeah, sometimes all you really can do is try, but I feel like what they're doing isn't really accepting like the double Doran start. Like we already said, they're just going to try to weather through the storm, and they're making a lot of risky low percentage plays that they're hoping are going to pay off into something more, and so far they just haven't seen that yet. UNC going to claim their first dragon as Rami Baba is taking away all of Pulse's HP. Not going to become any kill for either side, but UNC is already pushing that advantage in the bot lane, and there is a CS lead mounting in the top lane. We have to accept that, but it's not. It's exactly what you're expecting. Like Gragas kind of just has to eat that deficit.
yeah, I don't think this is gankable. Is it?
Let's see. Hextech Ultimatum comes out. The slow and nothing else. That's a flash force from Valency.
Yeah, I mean,
Walking under the tower. Maybe he was thinking for a second about trying to dive in and get the trade kill, but that's not the way that you want a dive to go. You don't want that to end in you having to force your flash. Now Cypress opening up. The curtain call blasting away. Steepy is back on the bot side. They know that the jungler can't be here, and Steepy is going to hunt for a 1v2, forced to back away because of the arcane shift. But even with that, that is a completely chunked out bot lane as once again Ezreal's just walking back in. What do they think they can set up here?
well, they know Talon's coming down, so they think they probably have enough to defend this.
There's the anti-bear. Tibbers secures one. Bob Timer ultimate from Steepy, as now Jimmy Koi forced to run from the Talon. Cypress running away from the tower, and Valency is in the middle of everyone. Kills Jimmy Koi, but falls to the rest of UNC. As now Vladimir has arrived. Sonder is going to be healing up, taking away those HP bars from UNC, but it looks like that's not going to mount into anything else. That's a 1v1 and a lot of tower pressure that UNC gets to push out, as now Rami Baba throwing out that explosive cask for even more secure. A little bit of a gold lead already coming to the side of UNC. They're nearing that 2K mark, right about 1.4 right now, but
Yeah, pretty good early lead from UNC. We're seeing a lot of pressure from on the bot lane, and Talon just kind of ran back, took 1-for-1, but Talon honestly likes that because it accelerates his spike. I'm guessing he's rushing Yomu's, but I mean, I don't know.
yeah, Yomu's Rush is pretty popular amongst those assassin junglers. Like, it lets them move around the map really fast, and since he doesn't have boots, I'd have to imagine that's what the rush is. But until that moment, we now see UNC is moving towards this Rift Herald, already almost securing it, as Jin is allowed to solo farm in that bot lane.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Is that allowed?
Is that allowed? I don't think that Pulse knew that all of UNC was up here, and now this is going to be a chase. Jimmy Koi Going to
Ooh,
have the stun
nice ult.
dodge, but that's an ult expended and a flash burned for Pulse to be able to live.
Wait, when did Jace burn flash?
Not sure that we saw it. Must have been a trade that just happened. Uh, maybe someone closed in on him while Camille was making that play on the top side.
Ooh.
Now we see that Jace has his call completed. That's 100 CS already.
My, dude, he's rich.
10 minutes
He's
in,
rich.
he's rich. He's farming. This is a incredible Chovy hack 10 CS a minute Jace that we're seeing break out in this mid lane.
Wait, does Rami not see him? Oh, it's on pink. Never mind. Wait, why did he sweep it then? Whatever. Let's not think about that.
Maybe he swept into placing the control ward?
That seems kind of counterproductive.
No, I think that was already there. Maybe he was sweeping out the tri-brush and it
Yeah.
was still just existing. But even that's going to be
Oh.
just barely missing the explosive cask angle that would be pushing Talon back into the tower. But when you know that Gragas has that cask, like, why are you even taking that risk just to do a little poke under tower? That seems like another one of those just low percentage plays where you're not really getting any value and you're running the risk of just getting exploded and dying. Looks like we're wrong. That's not a Prowler's, or that's not a Youmu's rush. It's actually Prowler's for Talon already.
Looking to one-shot some people. It's hard for Talon this game. His bot's losing. Mid has realistically no setup. So he's kind of only looking towards top, but it's against a Gragas. And Rami's just doing a good job neutralizing. Of course, Rami's down a lot of CS, but he's the one kind of soaking up the pressure for his team.
Yeah, and he already has that last chapter, so he's building up extra mana. He's getting the resources throughout the game, and it's not really gonna affect him as much anymore. He's able to really sustain through that poke now that Camille's able to put out.
Yeah, with the extra goal, we see the Jace picking up his big spike. Eclipse. Yeah, they're really strong. I think UNC can like realistically take almost like every objective for the next like 10 minutes, honestly.
Bear goes a little bit wide, or maybe the stun wasn't stacked up, but Talon is forced to run and hide.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Never
I
mind.
think that's a bit of a caster's curse as the dragon now goes down to UT Austin. I think that there was just too much of that chaining damage from the Hextech dragon that was poking out all of UNC. They weren't able to secure the dragon before UT Austin arrived, and that's might be the first big swing type of moment that we've seen in this game.
Yeah,
where UT Austin actually gets something.
Yeah, that was really big. A lot of AoE, really good Talon ult, chunked them all, and Vlad to kind of clean up. Maybe UNC probably should have had Kersey more active in that fight before deciding to go for it, but oh, Kersey's looking.
Kersey's looking.
Oh, a solo kill.
Solo Bolo in the mid lane as the W speed up on those auto attacks is just going to secure that final bit of damage that was needed. It's now a 2-0 Jace for the side of UNC as the first bounty of the game is coming on to Kersey's Jace. And now Rami Baba able to get in some damage of his own. He's threatening. Pulse is forced to jump away with the tiniest amount of HP left.
No way Camille's staying. Oh, I guess he's staying for the wave after he bases.
They
What is
okay, so why is Talon going in if we're just staying for the? Oh, there's some confusing plays happening here. I mean, sometimes you just think you can get something going, and I guess that if the base was 1 more second, maybe that's a play. But even then, it was a very full HP Gragas. I think that he can probably just run away or survive for long enough for something else to happen on the map.
Everyone hitting their 1-item spikes? Well, except Sedge, but I expect him to hit it once he bases.
Yeah, he's probably just clearing that last camp so that everything's reset, but he probably has whatever the mythic of choice is, what is the verdict on Night Harvester Vladimir? I know that this is a very
Um,
derided item, but
I
why
think
Harvester?
it's his preferred mythic. Really good build path. Vlad loves the early CDR from Fiendish Codex, and really good in team fight. Rami?
Rami's not able to get away from that ultimatum,
Oh,
but he reads the flat. Oh,
oh, oh,
oh.
oh, oh,
Uh,
oh. Bomba down.
we saw the angle though. Cypress is now ulted on, forced the Gale Force away. Almost gets the root under tower, but Steepy's ultimate will secure it. It is now the winter time
Oh.
as UNC is going to be able to trade that kill off.
Yeah, quite the interesting play from Talon there, solo diving him under tower. He must have thought he could one-shot him, but overestimate his damage. But it was a good solo kill by Camille on a kitty baby OO there. Might need another name change after this.
Uh, yeah, maybe just a little bit of getting stuck. That ultimatum just kind of locked him down, and there wasn't much of a response for him. I think that the ultimate was just coming up, so he wasn't able to push Camille away to force the end of the ultimatum. Have 1 minute and 20 seconds left on this dragon timer. Has UT Austin pushed to a point where they should be able to contest this Drake, or if UNC is playing this correctly, are they able to secure it, do you think?
I think it's always hard for UT Austin to kind of walk in. I'm honest. Especially as the game goes on, they just get tankier. Like UNC have the setup, they have the pick, they have the agency here. Oh, we saw it just there.
Yeah, there's the pick, and there's the Glacial Prison coming out, locking down player number 6, as now Cypress opening up in the back line. That's going to be another time where Valency is jumping in and trading a 1-for-1. That is going to be 3-1 for the side of UNC. And I think that any dragon pressure that UT Austin might have had is probably going to burn away with a lot of key ultimates burned there.
Yeah, UT Austin just don't have a way to like walk in. Their only hope in these team fights is just kind of hope they can like kind of chunk people with like an Ezreal ult and just kind of clean up with the AoE of Talon and Vladimir. But UNC just has too much CC. Gragas, Sejuani, Annie, Jin, super strong in locking down UT Austin's champs, and it's looking really good for UNC. I'm expecting a dub.
Yeah, UNC's also pushing to that point where the low damage composition doesn't really matter if you have that much of a lead. 3 members from UNC already going to be having their bounties unlocked, and all 5 mythics coming out. Karma, no mythic yet, and Ezreal obviously not wanting to rush that mythic anymore. The Essence Reaver power spike is just too strong, so a pseudo mythic there because it's that first time completion. But now Talon's going to be locked down again. That's just going to be a Glacial Prison into death. There's no counterplay for Valency. So this should be an Infernal Drake going over to UNC, giving them a little bit of extra damage to kind of help out with their low damage comp.
Oh, a lot of fighting going on top lane.
Yeah, lots of fighting. Camille just looking to take those skirmishes whenever she can. But Kitty Baby Owo is able to just sustain through most of these. When he wakes out the shield, I mean, then he's just doing a lot of damage to actual health.
Yeah, Camille probably feels pressured to get a lead because his team is losing, and he's kind of one of the few with the lead. Oh,
Here we look for
great
a
counter
dive.
gank by... Okay, Camille is just... great E by Camille. Just buffers the CC.
And that's going to be a
Bomba!
bomba! That's a dive that turns into 2 kills for UNC Varsity. And at this point, that gold lead is only getting bigger. As Cypress getting a little bit of damage in the mid lane as he's securing that wave. But this might be a top tower taken for UNC.
Yeah, UT just looking for plays, but excellent counter gank by the Annie and Sejuani there. Just making sure that Rami doesn't die.
And now main ability from Vladimir used up, so Kersey just looking to jump in.
Kersey's items are a little crazy.
Yeah, 2.5 items already. I guess he hasn't even sold the coal yet, so he's still sitting on that extra bit of gold whenever he needs it. But won't be right now. Still gonna be the 2.5 core items for Kersey's Jace. As UNC now having the ability to set their sights on Baron if they need to. Has just come up. And wow, look at that damage from Kersey. Already half health of Pulse gone. And just like that, Cho'Gath Q comes out. What's going to happen? Hextech Ultimatum and Flash are burned, but Kersey stone cold, able to just push the ultimate.
You know what's sad is that the fact that that was actually close.
Oh, yeah. It's... I mean...
Camille has Mercs, no armor. Tiamat Divine Thunder and almost beat a Jace with Eclipse. Yeah, happens.
UNC flashing forward as UNC is fighting in the mid lane. Not even going to secure the kill on Jace on top side as Jimmy Coy locks down player number 6. Steepy now running forward with that flame shield. Valency's ultimate is forced. Jimmy Coy is getting chunked down, but he has so much HP. This is a tanky Annie. And that's not going to be another kill. Now Kitty Baby Owo looking for some action of his own as Sonder is just left to sadly hit that tower to try to salvage something as UNC is going to set their sights on the big purple worm.
Yeah, it's looking really good for UNC. They're just getting all these picks. Jace is super strong. And he hasn't died yet.
Super strong, and it looks like he's just going to sit on that serrated dirt because he now has Last Whisper in his build. So is Serelda still the option for that, or do you think that there might be one of the other two coming out? As we're seeing Pulse's Camille on the top side go down yet again. Slowly but surely.
Boom.
Bomba.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Cyrilda's is super good. Granted, their UT doesn't have the most armor. It's realistically just Vladimir, but Cyrilda's is good. Slows people. Yeah, I think some other common item choices from Jace in this spot is like Yomu's. If you're scared of getting caught, you can get like an Edge of Night or like Stopwatch, but yeah.
UNC playing like they're not scared of getting caught at all. As Steepy clearing out the vision and just calmly taking the blast plan away. Pulse is forced to TP into the fight, and it looks like this is going to be something as now... Oh, that's an execution from Cyprus. Kitty Baby Owo is locked into the ultimatum, but who's stuck with who as the rest of UNC comes to join the fight? And that is going to be kill after kill coming through for UNC.
FF?
They FF'd. That's going to be the end of the game. UNC Varsity is just going to close it out. That's a 23-minute FF.
Dude, they could have stalled for 30 minutes.
They ruined my bet. What the heck? Well, that was an abrupt end of the game. That's the first FF that we've seen.
Look, I respect that FF. It's
I respect
to save,
it, yeah.
It's to save mental, honestly. Realistically, there's no hope of winning that game from UT Austin's side. They're just too far behind, and UNC have all the tools to lock down their carries, and they kind of have nothing to claw back on.
Yeah, I mean, the early game really spiraled the game out of control. I mean, there was never really a point where UT Austin was at favor. Like, they got the Dragon Steel, but then immediately after, they just gave away kill after kill. There were a lot of failed dives or dives that didn't even get the chance to start. I think this is something that I said last week when we watched another early blowout game. I think that UT Austin needs to just say, hey, we're down. We're down right now. We need to try to push this next game to a really long, sustained game and hope for that one lost fight where UNC Varsity maybe throws away the game. Because in this game, they drafted in a way where it kind of looks like they were looking for that really long game, and then they took way too many early plays that amounted to nothing, and I think that just didn't really give them the opportunity to close out the game in the way that they were thinking of.
Yeah, the way their draft worked from UT Austin, they kind of need an early lead, or else you see the CC from UNC just kind of takes over. Like in a structured team fight, UNC will always win. They just have too much CC, and UT Austin's early plays just didn't work out, and it ended up being UNC having the early lead from their bot lane, and mid lane also got ahead that game. So it just ended up kind of crumbling from there for UT Austin.
Yeah, so with that thought, we will be jumping into draft soon, but for right now, we are going to take a quick break, allow the teams their chance to get really situated, but don't click off that browser. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are already into draft, and we have two ADCs already off the board in Week 5, Game 2 of CLoL, where UNC Esports is looking to close out the series. Longhorn Gaming is looking to extend their time in the match. Now, after that banger that we just saw, pretty fast game that ended well before the Nexus was even touched, well before an inhibitor was threatened. What does Longhorn Gaming need to do to try to respect UNC and come back into the series?
Pick some more solid lanes / jungle. Yeah, I don't know. The Vlad looked really bad, to be honest. The Ezreal Karma also looked pretty bad, even despite that being quite a known, like, at least decent bot lane. They just lost way too much pressure. But it looks like UTOS is going with... They are UTOS, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
They're going with red side again, looking to have a great counter pick. Might see the Annie again here. Just run it back. I mean, I'm down.
I mean, you know what we do see? Something that you brought up last time. We now have 4 ADC bans. We're moving up in the world.
Like, we had 4 last time.
Was it
too.
4?
Yeah.
I thought it was only 3, but
it was 3 from UTOS side.
Yeah.
They banned.
So yeah,
it's the
there's
exact
the
same
Annie
bans,
first pick. I
think.
mean, it's looking like a lot of the same thing. So now, if this is the same start that we saw last time, which I think you're right, this might be, now it's really on Longhorn Gaming to switch up their draft and pick into UNC Esports, because they already gave away that Annie first pick. Sivir's had some new prevalence. I saw that picked a lot yesterday. I was watching some competitive leagues, but I wonder, I mean, maybe it's just the idea of getting another scaling weak sideable ADC.
I personally hate playing with Sivir. I think that champ.
Did they gut Azir yet? Azir's not gutted yet, right?
He got nerfed, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he already got... Oh.
Yo, tell them to check the patch notes.
Oh.
It was this patch.
Okay, well then I hate this pick. That new Azir looks so depressed. Yeah, just pick Jace. I mean, if this is the new Azir, I don't think that there's anything that he can really do to respond. I think that I think that Jace is just going to walk over this Azir. Because
you know what I think is a good pick? I think Ori is a good pick. It got buffed like 2 patches in a row.
Yeah, and I was seeing some mentions of how Orianna should be picked more now, because
I think so.
It's like Annie has that flex potential into mid, and Orianna kind of neutralizes it. So maybe that's something that we'll start to see soon.
Exact same draft from
we'll
UNC.
the same thing.
Well, I mean, they won last game, so
yeah,
very, very understandable.
They're not really asked to change.
Oh, they picked the
Fiora.
Fiora.
Ah, no Rami Gangplank this game. That's unfortunate.
Ban Bomba too.
Ban Bomba. Ban more. Ban more. Yeah, no.
Udyr also got nerfed. I think he's still okay, but definitely not S tier jungle anymore.
Yeah.
They banned the Lulu.
Take away that supportive ADC from the hyper carry Sivir in the bot lane.
Holy moly, this
Rek'Sai?
jungler loves playing solo queue junglers.
This is very heavily increasing our unique champions.
Yes, at
two
least
more
it'll be
unique
interesting to
champions
watch.
for the season. Yeah, I haven't seen a Rek'Sai be picked in a long time. I haven't seen it be picked since there was the Baron bug.
I like it more than Talon. I think he has better gank setup and kind of looking to what they want to do, which is like get ahead. We see the Sedge again. Just run it back.
Yeah, just pick Bomba.
Just run it back. Well, we'll see the Fiora counter pick here. Might be a tank. Probably will be a tank. Oh, Jax? You know, Jax also got nerfed this patch. Hey, good work, right? It looks like you nerfed like half the champions that are drafted here.
And they're still coming back, so that's going to be a Jax pickup. So we'll get a new champion for the side of UNC Esports, but I have a feeling that the idea for this game is probably a lot of the same.
Interesting that they're giving support counter pick here when Annie was first picked, and then
Yay!
Oh,
Unique
well,
champs. We get to see the Blood Harbor Ripper. Woo!
I do not like seeing Sivir Pike. I think Sivir is so useless early game. It is like beyond sad. I played with that champ ADC. It does not do anything until it gets items. And Pike really wants an early lead. Actually, we might see. I think Pike will just ditch Sivir, have Sivir wave clear, and go roam. Try to pick up some early leads with Rek'Sai. I think that's the game plan here. Yeah, they're not really looking to combo off their ball lane. Just ditch Sivir. Peace out.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those weak-sideable ADCs. Like, you can push QW and just kind of chip through the wave while you're doing your best to dance around Jin and Annie. But
Also, another game for UT Austin with no front line.
yeah, like, what are they? I feel like there might be just some kind of champion puddle situation happening where they don't have the opportunities to really pick champions that are going to counter thematically UNC's comp, because I think that there's I think that it's just a really sad 2-game draft if you're Longhorn Gaming right now.
Yeah, champ pool diff, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, I guess. So let's think of something fun. Well, what do we predict this game? What are we having the viewers bet on?
maybe it's over under 25 minutes this time.
We could also do something with kills. we could bet on how. Let's bet on Jace. This Jace Kersey. I think that this is gonna be something that's really explosive. We saw it pop off in the last game. Let's do a kill bet with Kersey. What do you think? Over under how many kills?
How many did he have last game?
I don't know the
Like
game.
5? Yeah, they FF pretty fast. I mean, I don't know. Over under 6 maybe? I have no clue. I don't know. They just picked all these champs into lockdown. Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's just no like Sivir's a champ that really wants to run in.
like they're
And this is a
yeah.
composition that you cannot run into. It's like the Sivir ultimate is going to be the Shirelia's away technology. Like, oh, this is so sad.
UT Austin are praying for an early game lead this game. They'll look to like just perma roam
Yeah.
with Pike Rek'Sai, try to shut down Jace, I would imagine. Get Fiora ahead. That's probably their only hopes to winning, because they get outscaled like a truck in team fights. So
And if they do get that early snowball lead, like if there's some Pike ultimate shenanigans that are inflating the economy, like I can see a universe where this game could go out of hand pretty fast for the side of UNC Esports, but I think that it's the same. It's basically the same draft they had last time, which was already countering Longhorn style of like trying to run around the map with Talon. So I'm wondering if this is the appropriate response, but we're going to have to hold that thought for right now. We've got a little bit of spectator delay left, so we're going to go into a very quick break, but don't click off that browser. We'll be right back with Week 5 of CLoL. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to week 5 of CLoL as UNC Varsity has a 1-win victory and is one win away from sending us home early. I am Ryan McDad, joined here by the Bodkill, as we are looking at what might be a very fast series.
Jace has Dorn Shield.
I guess he's worried about the poke. I mean, Azir did take really heavy nerfs to his W, but he does still have that very wide range. So maybe a bit of respect from Kersey, maybe just accepting that he has to lose a little bit of damage in the early game, but a lot of power got shifted into Azir's ultimate, and a whole lot of it got taken out of his actual fighting power. So Kersey might have the opportunity to kind of tear through.
Oh, I don't like that Pike item start. Wait, is that the right one?
He must be playing to run around the map. That's, oh man, I don't think I've ever actually.
I think that's the wrong item. You should get the other one. The other one got buffed, I think. What,
think
like
so,
steel
yeah.
shoulder guards or something?
Yeah, I think that it just got buffed. Like he gets like a little bit more regen or
I mean
HP or
that's
something.
pretty big, actually.
Yeah. But I guess that he just wants the small extra bit of damage. It must be for very early trading, and then trying to run around the map. But the first hook goes wide, and already Austin Premier's pressure is kind of gone in the bot lane, as now UNC is able to respond. Oh, that's gonna be too wide, and now UNC is stepping up to the wave. They're looking to push forward and get that damage down, but I think we've actually seen a lot of role swaps this game. Pulse last game was that Camille in the top side, but now he's playing the Pike. The top and support have swapped.
Okay.
Wait, and Sonder was the mid lane, so we've swapped mid jungle also. So Spirit Inagi is the only champion or the only player that is in the same role. Maybe the new lane setup will help a little bit, as first hook connects. Jimmy Coy is forced to flash away as a lot of damage is coming down, but that is going to be a root. Ignite comes through, going to be cutting off some of that heal. Cypress is flashing forward with the fourth shot, and Pike gets into a bush. The Ignite no longer ticking, and that is going to be just enough regen. As now Saunders Rek'Sai is heading to look for some bot side bush shenanigans. STP, on the other hand, is very focused on this top side, helping Rami Baba focus down player number 6. As we already see that 3 flashes for the side of UT Austin have been burned, 3 also for UNC Varsity. This is a very active early game, as Kersey jumps in.
Steepy ran mid, blew Azir flash with the gank, and also pressure top, really focusing on ganking rather than just, farming. Let's see what the Rek'Sai can do on the other hand. Looks like he hasn't managed to get much done, or anything, but yeah. Kersey's really low. Okay, Kersey's just standing there? Okay, yeah.
Kersey is trying to get the most out of his Dorn Shield passive. That's what we're seeing.
Dorn Shield also got nerfed. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it did get nerfed, and the funny thing about it was that it was listed in the patch notes as a systems adjustment, but it was just less regen. So, pretty sure that they don't know what adjustment means, as that was just a pure nerf. But now TPs are coming out.
Good stop on the base by Kersey there.
Going to ruin that tempo a little bit for Valencia's Azir. Heading into the mid lane, now you have to play a lot of a different game than what was just seen by the jungler.
Here we see Pike doing his Roman. Sivir's having a great time under tower.
And
Yup.
that's just going to be the opportunity for UNC to poke out.
We'll see if UNC decides whether they want Annie to kind of follow the rooms of Pike or set up plays by herself, or just, maybe they just play for tower plates instead or try to dive the vulnerable Silver. We'll see what UNC decides to do.
See what happens, but Andy's looking in the mid lane right now. That's going to be a stunned up Azir as Valency is forced to jump away. Not going to amount to anything, but a little bit of extra chip damage. Never really hurt anyone.
Ooh. Not the best trades for Rami.
Very good trade for Kersey, though. Being able
Yeah,
to use that HP advantage that just jumps straight on. I mean, Azir lost so much fighting power from just losing out on damage and attack speed on his soldiers.
Yeah, but Azir does have a pretty... he has a CS lead. Oh, Rami playing I would say a little too aggressive. These trades do not look good.
He has the ultimate unlocked,
Oh,
though,
but
so
Sedge
he's
is coming.
ready to heal at any moment. Sejuani coming in. This could be the chance for Kitty Baby Owo to get the first kill of the game. Looking for the lockup. Not going to get it. As both ultimates are expended, and player number 6 is going to take the first kill as Cypress goes down in the bot lane.
Ooh.
And that is the dive that UNC has been getting over and over, where they're able to just take those kills and walk away. But this time for the side of UT Austin, as now they look for more, hunting Jimmy Coy. That's going to be a 1-for-1, but that is still 3 kills to 1 for UT Austin, as they are already getting more of an advantage than they got in the last game. This is a very good situation for them, especially comparatively to what we saw.
Yeah, UT Austin's balling, kind of repaying back UNC's balling after the last game, doing what they did to them, just diving them under tower. They knew Sedge was top, and Rami just overcommitted. He was too low, gave Fiora the healing, and they ended up getting nothing top as well. So it's looking much better for UT Austin this time.
Yeah, it was a really, really confident outplay from player number 6, able to get down that duelist stance and then kill off Rami and get enough healing that Steepy couldn't really finish the job and was forced to run away. So strong showing from UT Austin in this second game of the match.
Oh, possible dive incoming. Silver's doing a good job clearing out the wave though. Whoa!
Shuffle comes through, flashed away by Kersey, which is good reaction from him. That was surely going to be a death with Sonder coming in with that knock-up available. Looks like this is going to be a trade of Rift Herald for Dragon.
Yeah, Rami might need to be careful. They might look to dive him with... They might look to dive him.
Might. Valency's already shifted back into the mid lane. He did all the help that he thinks he needed. Looks like Sonder is just going to be opting to steal away. But that's going to be a Gromp for blue buff. That's not the trade that you want, but sometimes that's the trade you have to accept, and there is still that ability to pressure Kitty Baby Owo on the top side as the ultimate is popped. And then player number 6 just runs away. Sonder is looking under tower.
Okay. That is one of the Rek'Sai's of all time, yeah.
Yeah, you can push the E ability there, and it takes you through the wall. I don't really recommend it, but you can do it. See that now Kitty Baby Owo is looking to defend this blue buff as Sonder is forced to flash away. Looks like the UT Austin is not able to provide enough support, but Kitty Baby Owo needs to be careful. He's forced to flash away from the pike and then able to jump away from the hook. That's going to be a death evaded for Rami Baba. As Kersey looking for trading in the mid lane, but maybe those Azir nerfs didn't change that much. There's a CS lead, but still taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to dive Sivir with just 2 because he has Spell Shield. We'll see if they want to unlock Annie.
maybe once Annie's bear comes up, it becomes easier because you kind of get that pseudo third person. But for right now, Steepy is going to be getting the ult under tower. Ultimate is going to be forced from Valency. The Emperor's Divide pushes UNC away and makes sure that they don't get any kills secured. Pulse and Valency both escaping with a little bit of health. But Pulse, because of that Pike passive, has already healed most of it back up.
I think he might kill him. I think he's dead. Oh?
Oh, Shock Blast just goes wide, and that's going to be a kill for Sonder now. 1-4 now for the side of UT Austin, and it's looking kind of like the opposite of what we saw last game. Last game we saw a 4-1 lead for UNC. They need to find a way to respond and come back into this game. I think that Jimmy Coy hitting 6 will be a good playmaking opportunity for UNC though, and there he takes it. So the Bear is unlocked. The unofficial 6th member of UNC Varsity has joined the team, and now there's much more opportunity for UNC to try to make those plays.
Yeah, interesting to note is that Sivir is actually up CS. And also a pretty large CS gap in the top lane. Mid's relatively even.
There's also a plate gap, so Cyprus is down a lot of gold right now, I'd have to imagine.
Jace? Jace kind of queued in and didn't hit his ears, so.
That's going to be the death of bot tower, as Rift Herald is going to get this charge off. Steepy's there to respond if anything happens, but Saunders already running into his own jungle. This is a lot of tempo and a lot of gold lead that's mounting for UNC Austin, or UT Austin. We also see that Sivir hasn't really spent that gold yet, so there's a big buy that's coming through with a 1k gold lead over Cyprus at the moment.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
This is a different story than what we saw last game.
Interesting that Rami didn't opt for the ninja tabbies here, went for the lucidity boots instead when UT Austin's entire top side and ADC and support are...
That's a lot of auto attack.
That's a lot of physical damage there.
He might just be opting later in the game to go for that Frozen Heart or Randuin's.
Yeah.
But right now, he needs to worry about this dive. Jumping onto Pulse to be able to jump away. The E has been expended, so now the TP will have to come through. Kersey's going to look to try to make this into something, but Pulse has already gotten the Pike ultimate off. X marked the spot of Rami's death, and UT Austin is going to secure another kill, even further increasing their gold lead.
Yeah, that must feel pretty bad. They burned TP to try to save them, but he dies anyways. And now they're looking onto Jace, but Pike misses his ult, trying to get the E ult combo, I'm guessing, on the Jace. But yeah, this game is looking very different from game 1.
Turret plating now going down. UT Austin was the main beneficiary of turret plating in this game, as they're also going to be able to stack up dragons now. This is a lot of a lead. And now Rami is looking for a play in the top side, able to land an E for one of the first times this game because Fiora just has that parry. Shock Blast goes wide, but UNC is looking for the dive. A flash away from player number 6, but now the Glacial Prison is out. Kersey is going to get that shutdown as UNC racks up their 2nd kill of the game.
Yeah, good play, shutting down Fiora there. They burned a lot, but UT isn't really in a position to respond.
DP able to steal away those ancient Krugs. Now UNC has to kind of start planning their next move. It might be a shift towards this Rift Herald, but they might have to just respond to UT Austin's pressure. There's still a gold lead. Oh, Jimmy Coy's flashing away from the ultimate, so that's going to be nothing for Azir. And it looks like a bit of a...
Taking away any flash is pretty big.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of her engage, so...
And definitely even more impactful because there's no Shirelias yet, so he doesn't even have that move speed bonus to try to engage. So this is going to be an Annie that is forced to hunt on the sides of a fight and look for that ultimate stun. Oh. Just like that, he looks for a stun and finds something. Not going to be that major engage.
Looks like they're playing for Herald here. Azir is by himself bot lane. They'll probably just sack this and let Azir just get what he wants bot lane. Just go mid.
Yeah, but if Pyke is able to hit that crucial hook, I mean, Cypress is still very squishy, so if UT Austin's able to find some kind of entrance and look for resets, it looks like they're not even going for it at this point, though. So just going to opt to take some turret damage in the mid and bot lanes, as UNC is going to secure the second hero of the game.
Oh, and he's dead. Yep.
Well, that's a Glacial Prison on top of a big Jaxi, as now UNC is looking to turn the tide. CP is flashing forward. Spirit Inagi is locked up, and that is going to be a big fight for UNC as they secure all 3 people. That is an Annie for 3, not the trade that you look for, as now Kersey is in danger on the top lane. Player number 6 opening up the dueling circle, but not going to pop all 4 vitals. That's going to be an alive Kersey and 2 dead towers in the mid lane.
Yeah,
That's going to be a massive gold suite for you.
Yeah, huge turn by UNC there. They all got their CC off. 3-man Jack stun kills them all, but I think they're gonna die here. So
UT Austin's able to just secure these 2 extra kills, and these are
bit of an overstay there.
bit of an overstay, but fortunately for UNC, Pyke wasn't able to reset off that first ultimate, so that could have been double the gold that was swapped over. Instead, it'll just be 2 kills and a bit of a tempo loss, but Jimmy Coy is able to stop that back, and he now looks to defend the tower. Not really much that he can do, though, with just Australia's.
Azir burn TP bot lane when he could have just walked there, but it's okay. They're all resetting for Drake now. Still, I don't know what the cooldown is on any flash, but yeah, no flashes up basically other than the top laners here, so
It's a situation where UNC kind of needs to be careful about how they approach this Infernal Drake. I mean, sometimes you just take the opportunity to sack a fight, but UNC already has all 5 members on the bot side. It looks like both teams are rearing up for what could be a crucial battle that's deciding the way that a lot of the rest of this game goes.
this is where I favor UNC. Oh, Rek'Sai just got caught. So.
Oh, I favor UNC a lot now with no jungler looking into the dragon fight.
Yeah, I favor UNC a lot in these 5v5 team fights because they're the ones with the CC. Like, the Rek'Sai can be locked down, Azir, Pyke, Sivir, they can all be locked down.
Oh, big
play
flash!
by Rami.
Add that to the highlight reel. Rami flashing in to get another 3-man stun, and now Kersey is hunting for more as Steepy is on the bot side securing the dragon. Jimmy Coy is throwing out the stun and
Jenny Coy,
securing more kills for the top
something
side.
on your mind, bro?
Oh, it's a long story. You wouldn't get it, but Kersey already 4 kills into the match, as that is the second kill, or the second Drake secured for UNC Varsity, and the gold lead is now slimmed down to only a 2K deficit.
Yeah, Rek'Sai just got caught there. Yeah, UNC's been doing a great job at that, and now it's looking to be UNC's favor. I think they've stabilized, and now they can just like play for the objectives, these team fights, and it's just hard for UT Austin to kind of respond.
We do see that Rami Baba is building into that frozen heart, so there will be a lot less ability to take down this Jax. As Azir will be the only AP threat, but his already nerfed attack speed is going to be reduced that much further when he's trying to chip away at the the health bar.
I don't know. Pike Rek'Sai looking kind of useless right now.
There have been a lot of early plays. I mean, we did see the Pike kind of doing what he needed to get done, but unfortunately, it hasn't led into those ultimate resets that you're really hunting for. And so the gold lead is something that's manageable instead of something that could have very quickly blossomed into something that was just very threatening to UNC. As they're going to take a tower on the bot side, which means that UT Austin is looking to take a Baron.
They're just looking to flip this.
They're flipping
Wait, what?
very hard. Kersey's TPing in.
Wait, is your just... Look.
UT Austin is forced to run away as now Steepy is ulting in, and that is going to be a dead ADC. Cypress is opening up on the side, and Sonder, with just the slightest amount of HP, he's running away. He's blast planting. He's dipping and diving, dodging, ducking, and dodging again, but he's not going to be able to dodge Cypress's W. From downtown, that's going to be another kill secured. And just like that, UNC is able to turn the fight and turn their eyes to the Baron.
UT Austin is getting really desperate.
2 TPs to mid lane. Kersey is caught out.
Oh. Good as
Ami
0
Baba.
ult. The E is unlucky.
Oh, this is shifting very fast.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of flashes forced from the team that just TP'd in, and now UNC able to once again confidently set their eyes on the Baron. At this point, there's very little that can be done, but they do need to be aware there is the opportunity for Rek'Sai to play some tunnel games and steal this big purple worm.
Yeah, I'm down to FF now. I think I've seen enough.
Uh-oh, Kitty Baby Owo getting a chunk in. Looking for the stun, able to secure the root through the parry, and now UNC is looking to finish out that Baron.
Oh, Rek'Sai might be able to steal this.
Rek'Sai is hunting.
They're sending Jax to zone him off.
Shirelia's expended. The bear is over the wall and coming in. There's Sonder, but not going to be able to do enough damage to the Baron, as now Kersey is hunting, looking forward. There are 2 weak members right there. Flash forced away. Kersey is jumping in, and UT Austin is forced to walk away in order to maintain what's left of their team.
Yeah, well played by UNC there. Just waiting for the annual ult over the wall to stun Rek'Sai. Because of that, he felt pressured to go in. And UNC just didn't hit the Baron to make sure it wasn't in smite range, so they didn't flip it. And they ended up getting solidly securing the Baron.
That's going to be a very big gold swing from that Baron and multiple fights, which now puts UNC into the lead for what is pretty much the first time this game. I mean, they might have had a small lead in the very early game, but since then, this has been UT Austin's game to play with. As now Rami
Did
Baba
they even
is
kill him here? I don't think so.
Oh, now it changes to 3v1, and
I don't think he
Steepy is
needed
coming in.
I don't think he needed a flash, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter.
It's okay, it doesn't matter because UNC is hunting this Pike. Ooh! 4th shot coming through, and now UNC kill score changes 15-8 as Kersey sends through a shock blast. UNC is going to look to push through this bot lane, and this might result in an inhibitor.
Yeah, that's the hard things. Some of the hard things with playing UT's comp. You have all the tools to get an early game lead, but if you do, you can't make many mistakes, or else, as you can see, the other team just gets to stabilize, and now it's really hard. Now it looks unplayable, actually.
It's very hard, and we're seeing Infernal Dragon come through yet again, so now UNC's team composition is getting that much bigger. A second Infernal Drake is going to mean that these Kersey shock blasts are doing so much more damage. And as Cypress has his unleashed Infinity Edge, I think that UT Austin's no-tank team is about to turn into butter.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Are still angles to look for plays. They're able to keep playing around Pike Hook, keep playing around those number advantages, but UNC Varsity has been so fast in their responses that UT Austin's chances are just thinning out as this game goes on.
Another tilter. Red buff smarted away, I think. Yep. They can try to look for a pick, but with Sedge being in the front line with anti-shield on him, that's super rough. They can't one-shot Sedge, and they'll just turn with his ult and Radiant Virtue. Yeah, it's not looking good. Fiora, Rek'Sai, Pyke, all these champs are not that good in these team fights compared to the counterparts on UNC side.
Yeah, UNC playing the Baron game where they're just slowly suffocating and enhancing those minions, and now the Baron might have ticked out, but they still are doing that same old opportunity where they're just looking to suffocate UT Austin, push them back into their base, and get any chip damage onto turrets that they can.
Yeah, I think UNC can honestly force here, but they decided to play it safe. They don't need to do anything. They can just play for these Drakes, these objectives. The saving grace for UT Austin is their wave clear is really good. Zir and Sivir, both excellent at clearing waves. Best wave clear in the game from Sivir. Yep, he's having a lot of fun farming up.
Certainly, I mean, all of that farm lead has amounted into the ADCs being in pretty much even situations, but the other parts of the map leading a lot more towards UNC's favor, with only UT Austin's bot lane having gold leads.
Yeah, I think UNC are just playing for Infernal Drake, and then they'll look to fight. Or if they see a pick, they'll probably just go for it anyways, but just playing for Drake is the safe option here.
There is an angle where they're able to just take those safer options because they don't really have anything that they need to do. They don't need to respond to UT Austin's pressure because that pressure has been slowly but surely going away as the game has gone on. Hook lands, but not going to lead into anything else.
Whoa. That was an aggressive Gale Force. Oh my. I don't recommend trading Jack's flash for Pikes, but
Kersey is looking forward, and there's the 6th kill for Kersey. In what might be the 11th hour of this game, that is going to be 6 over. So that is going to finally be the prediction. Kersey's going to secure that for the believers, all of his fans back home. UNC Varsity now setting their sights once again on the Baron, but this time they don't really need to take a fight beforehand. They're not pushing UT Austin off. UT Austin is looking for the slim chance to make something happen in the rest of this game, but there's no chance that they can stop this Baron from happening.
Baron, Drake, go end.
Yep. Drake coming up in about 20 seconds. This is the opportunity to unlock the soul, and that's going to make Jason Jin have so much power with their extra long range. EP's Anathema's Chains is also cooking, so...
Wait, who's it on? Sivir? Azir? Azir? Okay, yeah.
On Azir,
that makes
so
sense. Azir is the only
taking away
AP
that only
damage, yeah.
magic threat, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they can contest this. I know they want to, but they can't.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels
They're just
like you
gonna
have
get
to,
caught.
right? But now you're walking through this tight choke into
Oh my
Kersey.
god. Tibbers just look at Tibbers just standing there menacingly. Oh, they kill him.
Tibbers taking one for the team.
Yeah, they're UT Austin's just getting chunked.
Stuns are coming down. UNC is just looking.
Honestly,
Secure some
UNC
kills.
didn't get that much with the. Okay, well, I mean, he just ran back in.
Kitty Baby Owo chunked
Oh!
out, ulted, and that's going to be a death as UNC has to keep playing out this fight, but Kersey is securing another kill on the side.
Kitty Baby Owo down. That's worth.
And with that, UNC will turn their eyes back to the Dragon. That is 4 for 1. I think that at this point, this game is pretty much just over.
A little bit messy, but UNC are just way too far ahead. Oh, there's the Yomus. And the stopwatch. That's what I like to see.
There we go. That's what you were looking for. We gotta preserve the score lines, all right? Look, you can't keep that KDA much higher after you die one time. So
Jace is so strong now.
I mean, he should actually just be unkillable at this point.
Well, he's not unkillable, but he does so much damage, and he has stopwatch that even if he does die, he'll probably output like too much damage anyways. Oh,
Rami TPing
wow.
into what we find out is a bit of a precarious situation as Pulse is just sitting in the bush.
Oh.
That's
Wow, yes, Rek'Sai looks really broken there, I have to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two defensive items. It wasn't precarious at all, actually.
Yeah, no, they just can't.
I mean, they
just-
can't.
they
There's
just can't.
nothing left. I mean, UNC at this point setting their sights on these inhibitor towers. Inhibitors will be next, and very shortly, but very surely, UNC will set their sights on that Nexus as Tibbers comes out and the damage comes in. This is just going to be the end of the game, which means that this is another 2-0 week for UNC. As they
Yeah,
take down UT
that
Austin.
sums up the game right there. Like,
Pike is hunting.
oh,
Pike not
we've all been
able.
there. We've all been
We've
there.
all been there. Not able
Thank
to
you,
secure.
UNC, for letting me go eat early. Yeah, clean game.
Yeah, clean game from UNC. It looked a little bit scary in the early game, but the cohesion of their composition means that there's a finite time limit that UT Austin was on, and once they went over that time, there was just no opportunity to come back into the game. They lost the lead, and unfortunately for them, that means that they lost the game. Now we will soon have an interview coming up with actually some new faces. I know that on this stream we're used to hearing Rami Baba, but today we'll have some opportunities. So very shortly we will jump into a break before we jump back in with two new faces. We won't say who yet, but don't click off that browser. We'll be right back with an interview.
Actually, come pop time right here.
Wait, what?
Wait, I think our
Hello,
coach.
everyone, and welcome
Wait.
back to the stream as we are joined today by the bot laner and the mid laner. We have Cypress and Kersey here to tell us about this very fast victory over Longhorn Gaming. Tell us what was going through your mind in the first game when you saw everyone kind of stop moving near the end and it ended rather abruptly.
I mean, I was kind of pissed because we were about to kill their Vlad, and then they just FF'd, so I couldn't even get another kill. But I mean, they were losing very hard, so I can kind of respect it.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be happy to know that we were very interested in watching your kills in the next game. Our Twitch prediction was whether you would break 6 kills, and you did. So you made the believers happy in chat, but the believers were also happy to see, especially that first game from the bot lane. We've seen a lot of dominant performances, and today we saw it again. Dive after dive, Cypress. What happened there to just allow your team to unlock that bot lane?
Yeah, so I think me and Jimmy have been like getting a lot better at like laning and stuff. We weren't really scared of their like Ezreal Karma and stuff because we knew we practiced this lane before and I thought it was like really strong. Um, and we just poked them out and eventually we can like dive them. It's
Yeah,
just free.
yeah. So I have a
Big Kev
question.
does not miss.
So I have a question. So that happened game one. What happened game two? We noticed
Yeah,
a
game
bit of a
two.
switch up.
Okay, so we picked said Jax. I said it was fine to leash. I thought it was fine. So we're pathing up. I think they're not always going to be pathing bot, which is fine. Um, I think. Oh, Pike lived with like 5 HP. Was the only reason they were able to make that dive happen. Because then we were in like such a bad spot. And I had no flash, so I went for the kill. But it was a bit unfortunate. Uh, but besides that, our team smurfed, so well played.
Yeah, the team definitely smurfed and made it so that it didn't really matter by the end of the game. But we are seeing that Annie be picked up, and we are seeing a lot of the same champs, like Jimmy Coy was kind of promising us last week. Do you guys feel like the changes have really switched up the meta all that much, or do you feel pretty confident in what you guys already have as in terms of a meta read?
I would say right now, I think the way they nerfed it is makes it just makes things more viable. Like certain teams that will play like melee sports, I think it's perfectly viable. Uh, but I think it's also still playable to go like these lane dominant range supports, or like AD carries even. Uh, and I think those are still pretty good.
Okay,
It just gives like more diversity, you know.
I have a quick question. What was the game plan after that second game? After you guys kind of fell behind early, we have like Pike roaming and Sivers just kind of sitting under tower, just AFK farming.
I think it was just Jace will carry,
Oh,
and
okay. Jace did carry.
we said we had a Zeus cosplay in the mid lane, and I mean,
Oh, World
Yeah,
Finals
I mean,
form?
yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Well,
I mean, honestly, the second game we had a rough early game, but I think our macro was a lot better than theirs in the mid game. We were kind of getting ratatouilleed a little bit, but
Ooh,
um, it's all good. We're
kind of.
just better, I think, macro wise. So brought it back.
Yeah. Plus, they picked like Rek'Sai Pike,
Yeah.
which are both like good for the first 10 minutes, and then I think they don't really exist that much.
yeah, it's certainly good that we have those other lanes that can confidently carry. I mean, we saw Rami Baba was let out of Gragas duty for a game. He was allowed to pick another champion, but going into next week, we've got 2 more weeks left. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling confident with our last 2 weeks that are of this round robin stage?
I'd say I'm feeling pretty confident. I think State was by far our hardest game of the season, and although we lost that game, I still think we are improving as a team and getting a lot better week by week. So I think we won't have any trouble in the next 2 weeks.
Do agree.
All right. I guess I can ask a closing question. Any thoughts on your top laner, Kitty Baby Owo, getting solo killed game 1 and being like 40 CS down?
I mean, that guy's just so cringe.
Yeah, I know. It's lucky.
Unlucky. Unlucky.
Yeah.
It's surprising. He always seems to have an excuse after those solo
Yeah.
kills. It's either like, "Ah, I forgot my champ just got nerfed this patch," or "Ah, I miscalculated a little bit," or "unlucky." But it's okay. He's improving. He's getting there.
Good to see the improvement from Kitty Baby Owo.
Yeah. Solid player. Solid, great top lane.
Good to see the improvement across the whole team, not only on the top side, but the team just keeps seeming to get better and better every week. So, for right now, we'll leave it on that positive note to say that UNC Varsity is improving individually and as a team, and we look forward to seeing week 6. But for right now, it is finally that time. You can click off that browser as we are going to close out UNC week 5 of CLoL and prepare for next week. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.